There's no intro because they really bore me. So here's episode 1 on my mini-series about Melkor. Ilúvatar was the supreme deity in Tolkien's universe, and he created the most powerful spirit ever, named Melkor. Now Melkor, he kind of wandered around the emptiness trying to find something called the Flame Imperishable. This is like the source of all Ilúvatar's creativity. Now while he was searching, Melkor, he started to think differently than the other Ainur. Ainur are like the other spiritual beings that Ilúvatar created. Anyway, Melkor, he felt rebellious, particularly against Ilúvatar, so he wanted to create his own living beings to fill the emptiness. But he was frustrated that Ilúvatar hadn't done that yet. The problem was, though, that Melkor, he couldn't find the Flame Imperishable because it wasn't out there in the void, it was with Ilúvatar himself. Ilúvatar, he began by teaching the Ainur how to make music. Now at first, they mostly sang solo or in small groups, while the others sort of listened in. Think back to the days of like X Factor boot camp. As they enjoyed each other's songs, they then learned more about one another and about his grand vision. Then one day, he called everyone together and announced that they were going to create a song that was way bigger and more intricate than anything he'd ever done before. He encouraged them to mix in their own thoughts and ideas, since they were sparked by the Flame Imperishable and had the power to be creative. When they were hanging out, making music together, Melkor, he started to mix in his own strange ideas into his song. His music, it clashed with the main theme set by Ilúvatar, and it upset the others, but it did make some of them follow Melkor's lead instead. Now for a time, Ilúvatar's beautiful theme and Melkor's chaotic sounds, they battled against each other, like back in the days when you'd watch Eminem in his rap battles with Machine Gun Kelly. But Ilúvatar, he just smiled and he introduced a new lovely theme. Most of them joined in with this new music, but Melkor, he stubbornly fought against it, making even more noise. Eventually, many of the Ainur became disheartened and they stopped singing, allowing Melkor's dissonance to take over. Ilúvatar then sent out a third theme that was even sweeter and more beautiful than the others, and it was impossible to extinguish. Although Melkor couldn't defeat this new theme, he did still try to oppose it. Finally, Ilúvatar, he brought the music to an end with a single powerful note. Think Thanos snap moment, but for music. Ilúvatar, he then called out Melkor in front of everyone, telling him that all music must only come from Ilúvatar himself, so Melkor, he couldn't really create his own song or change Ilúvatar's themes despite all of his best efforts. Even though Melkor fought against Ilúvatar until the very end, he did end up helping Ilúvatar in some really surprising ways. Feeling humiliated and really mad about this, he kept his emotions to himself. Think about it like Elsa from Frozen with her conceal, don't feel kind of vibes. He just sat there in his own feelings without a shoulder to cry on, just getting really annoyed. Later, when Ilúvatar, he showed the Ainur this amazing universe that they had created called Ea, Melkor, he was one of those who begged to enter Arda, pretending he wanted to help it grow and shine for Ilúvatar's glory, but secretly he just wanted to take control of Arda and its inhabitants, especially the special beings known as the children of Ilúvatar. These are the two special groups of beings that we know as the elves and men. For context, as I've mentioned two things here, Ea is the universe, Arda is a world within that universe. And together, the children of Ilúvatar, they represent important themes in Tolkien's stories, like creation, growth, and even the battle between good and evil. Their lives and adventures, they play this big role, as we know, in shaping the events of Middle-earth. But still, Ilúvatar, after all of this battling, was kind of like, okay, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to let him enter Ea and join the other Valar in Arda. Now, once he was there, Melkor didn't hang about. He just got there and he declared, I am now the master of Arda. And his brother Manwë, he didn't get Melkor's wickedness at first, but he was worried that he was going to cause more trouble. So he called in more Ainur to sort of help protect them. And for a while, Melkor, he stayed away in the far corners of Ea, leaving everything peaceful for now. In episode 2, I'm going to cover the Wars of Valar. So if you like this video, I'm only going to nag you one time to do all of those things you need to do to please support my tiny channel. And I hope to see you in the next video.